Live from the YouTuber Studios in Oklahoma City, it is the Rush Hour Renegade, and here's your host, the YouTuber. Thank you and welcome everybody to the Rush Hour Renegade. Let's go over some announcements before we get into our news and notes and sports stuff for the show. Coming up on my show, or my channel, coming up on my channel, today we have MLB The Show 20 baseball between Oklahoma City Dodgers and the Wichita Wind Surge. That'll be the final meeting of that particular series before we take on Nashville. Oklahoma City will not take on Wichita in my MLB The Show 20 until after the Round Rock series, which will be on August 14th. We have a doubleheader today between Oklahoma City and Wichita and Oklahoma City and Nashville. Both of those games will be today. Oklahoma City will take on Nashville as well as tomorrow and Saturday and on Sunday and on Monday as well, before they take on Omaha for the first meeting between those two teams on Tuesday. Let's see here. Let's talk about some stuff. All the Ivy League sports, fall sports, and football have been canceled for the year. Let me go to that and read you what it says. Read you what it says for that. Let me find it. Before I do, we have one MLS game going on in progress. It is scoreless between New York City FC and Philadelphia at halftime on ESPN there. So let's go to talking about let's say football. The Ivy League rules out playing all sports this fall. That includes football. What does that mean for college football? The first impactful decision regarding the college sports return to play this fall is upon us. The Ivy League has announced that there'll be no fall sports competition this year, but it has not been has not made any decisions yet on potentially moving football to the spring. So we don't know. They can still move this football to the spring. Back on March 10th, the Ivy League presidents decided to cancel their men's and women's basketball tournaments because of the coronavirus pandemic. It was dismissed by many, including some of the league's players and coaches, as overreaction made by the league with different sets of priorities. Within 48 hours, that Utah Jazz player Rudy Gobert tested positive for coronavirus. The NBA suspended its season and all in-state sports were canceled. So I just think they were pulling out before it got bad and got worse. And I think it was best on the decision to cancel their basketball tournaments back in March, because that was when it was starting to ramp up and the numbers were becoming higher and higher in around the states and United States as well. Do I see them moving the football and other sports into the spring to be played alongside with their spring sports? Yes. I don't see them not playing at all, because some of these cities and some of these Ivy League schools, yes, they are known for their academics but they also will take pride in their sports, and they don't want to lose funding in sports as well. And so, is there a possibility that they'll move football and other sports that were supposed to be played in the fall to the springtime? Oh, for sure. What will that mean for the other? I think that could mean that we'll have, instead of fall season, we could see a spring season for college football. I think a spring season is more likely to happen than a fall season for football. I think just moving everything to the spring, and meaning the stuff that has not already begun. So keep the soccer going the way it is. Keep the golf going the way it is. Keep the NASCAR and Formula 1 and Formula 2 and Formula 3 and Formula E and IndyCar and Supercars and all the other racing leagues going in the way that they're going. Keep the horse racing going as it is. You know how the rest of the Triple Crown races, I said that there's no problem. Unless it becomes a problem, then don't change anything there. But yeah, I'm saying, if it becomes a problem, then yeah, change it. But if it doesn't become a problem, then don't change it. And that goes for any sports, except for the ones I've mentioned. Football, they may have a football season as outside of the Ivy League. You know, the Ivy League may be the only league not doing it. You know, and we may have a college football spring season with football for the Ivy League, and would that mean more teams would be on networks that we could see, like not just ESPN Plus, but ESPN and ABC, and you know, some of these ABC games and Fox Sports games and stuff like that. So if there's not any other I think they set the trend. So I think they know things probably before the rest of the NCAA knows things. So let me explain what I mean. They set trends to move things in the right direction. They canceled the basketball tournament before the rest of the NCAA did, and NCAA followed. So could it be the same for college football, that the Ivy League and other sports in the fall as well, that the Ivy League says we're not going to be playing these fall sports, including football and basketball and whatever else is that the Ivy League plays in the fall, and the NCAA, rest of the NCAA were to follow, you know, shortly behind that. Plus, what does this mean for the school year for these schools as well? So Before we go any further with any of these other sports and news and notes, I want to say a big thank you to all the men and women who have served in our armed forces and military, who have served as past and present. We thank you for your service. And we pause for a moment of silence to honor those who have lost their lives serving for our country. Thank you. We also honor those frontline and first responders for around the United States and all the different cities and states. We honor you. Thank you. We also moment of silence for all those first responders and emergency workers and their families as well, who have lost loved ones keeping the city and state safe. Thank you. We'll also thank all the frontline workers in the medical field for keeping us safe during this COVID-19 time. We thank and honor you as well. I wanted to do that for all those people so they know that they've been recognized during this Russia Renegade time. Let's see here, is any other sports we want to discuss? We've talked about NCAA football and NCAA basketball. The same goes for the women's basketball. The soccer's still going on, we'll get to that in a minute. NFL, do I see them having an NFL season? I don't know. If they're doing this thing for the college football, would pro football see, oh, we want to pattern this after this, and the NBA and MLB as well. So, in the NHL. So, could we see all these other sports not happening, but soccer and golf? Golf is going to probably be more popular than ever if it keeps on going. And I like golf. I really do like golf, so I like to see it continue on and gain in popularity as well. Esports, we got some stuff we'll talk about as far as eNASCAR. We don't talk about as much regular NASCAR. We will talk about more eNASCAR because I do like following the eNASCAR iRacing stuff. Let's talk about that. We have the eNASCAR schedule in front of me here, and we'll talk about the Coca-Cola, the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing series, and then we'll talk about the eNASCAR Heat Pro League. When and where they're racing next, and who I think is going to come out on top for each of those. So let's break down it. First, we'll talk about the Coca-Cola iRacing series of NASCAR. Their next race will be in New Hampshire on July 14th. I will go over who I think's gonna do well in that. Let's talk about that. Well, then we'll talk about the next event after that. But we won't preview it and go over it. But we'll tell you what the next one after that is. We will look at that next time. So our next race is New Hampshire and July 14th, and we'll talk about the one on July 28th, and then again on the one on August 11th. One on Tuesday will be the next one, which is in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Let's go over the standings for you so far. For the esports, the NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series, these are the drivers that are at the top of the standings, and we'll work our way to the bottom of the standings with showing you who has had the most points, wins, top 5s, top 10s, poles, laps led, average start, average finish for all the drivers in that league and series. At the top of the standings is Kian Lee is Leahy. If I have mispronounced any of these names, I do want to apologize for that. He's got 308 points, 2 wins, 6 top 5s, 6 top 10s, 3 poles, led 142 laps, average start was 10th, average finish was 9th. Then second is Ryan Michael Luza, 289 points, 3 wins, 5 top 7s, 5 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 0 poles, 282 laps led, 16th was average start, 11th was an average finish. Garrett Lowe, no points, 6 wins, 6 top 5s, no top 10s. Twelve poles, 17 laps led, and then 9th was his average finish. Didn't say where he started. Average start time though. And then we go on with Bombies and Elastic, Michael Conant, Ray Alapa, Nick Ottenler in 7th, Brad Davison 8th, Graham Bolin in 9th, Chris Sherburne in 10th, Jake Nicholas 11th, Logan Clampett in 12th, Ashton Crowder in 13th, Jimmy Mullis in 14th, 15th, Justin Bolden 16th, John Norski, and 17th, Colin Kessler, Michael Gaston 18th, 19th, Nathan Lyon 20th, Bob Bryant, Zach Novak in 21st, 22nd, Chris Kirkwin 23rd, Corey Vincent 24th, Blake Reynolds 25th, Carl Keegan Matt Busa 20th, 26th, 27th, Eric J. Smith, 28th, Dylan Duval, 29th, Christian Challer, 30th, Milik Ray, 31st, King Cook, 32nd, Alex McCollum, 33rd, Chris Overland, 34th, Michael Grillon, 35th, Philip Diaz, 36th, Brendan Azek-Kill, 37th, Stephen Sheehan, Jeremy R. Allen, 39th, Santiago Tires, and 40th, Brian Schoenberg. All races you can be watched taped and live on the enascar.com, and for the Coca-Cola iRacing series on its YouTube channel. For the NASCAR Heat Pro League, all races can be watched live and taped on enascar.com and on Dailymotion. As far as the teams are concerned, Stewart-Haas Gaming is in first, Livin Family Gaming in second, Team Penske Esports in third, JR Motorsports in fourth, Roush Fenway Gaming in fifth, sixth, Gibbs Gaming, Wood Brothers Gaming in seventh, Go Fast Gaming in eighth, in ninth, JTG Dory Throttles in ninth, Germain Gaming in 10th, RCR Esports in 11th, Hendrick Motorsports GC in 12th, and Petty Esports in 13th, and in 14th, Chip Ganassi Gaming. For the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series, they're in their 11th season of the iRacing simulation platform. That next race will be at 9 p.m. Eastern on enascar.com, and again, also, like I said, it will be on YouTube. So those are the two places you can watch those events. For the eNASCAR Heat Pro 1, they are in their second season. Their next race is New Hampshire as well. So both are new in New Hampshire on July 14th. At 9 p.m. Eastern on enascar.com and on Dailymotion. let me break down both of the leagues for you, so you are you understand what the league is about and what it is. eNASCAR Pro League. The eNASCAR Pro. This is from eNASCAR.com. The description on eNASCAR.com for the eNASCAR Heat Pro League. The eNASCAR Heat Pro League. Returns for a second season in 2020 with a total grand prize pool of more than $200,000. The highly anticipated second season will once again offer opportunity for gamers to become affiliated esports driver of one of 14 eNASCAR Heat Pro League teams. The 2020 season features 14 races at tracks across the NASCAR circuit, including Eldora Speedway, Road America, Iowa, with gamers showcasing their skills in all three of the NASCAR National Series. The 14-race season is broken up into 3 4-race segments. Each one is highest placed competitor at the 7 standings within each console will earn a spot in the championship final. A final wildcard event at the virtual Daytona International Speedway in July will allow for 2 more drivers to secure their championship hopes. Actually, next event for them is today, Wednesday, July 8th, from Auto Club at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. On eNASCAR.com /live and on taped on Dailymotion. So that is actually next for the eNASCAR. Pro League. Let me go back to the schedule for eNASCAR Pro League. Let's see here. Yeah, next one is, July 8th, which is today. Wait a second. July 8th was yesterday. Sorry. Yeah, they actually raced yesterday. Sorry, not. Okay. The winner from that for the PlayStation 4 was John Parker from Gibbs Gaming. He finished first, finished second, Nick Jobs, and from Hendrick Motorsports GC. And in third was Joey Stones for RCR Esports. They started in first, third, and fourth. Let's see here. As far as the Xbox One, say as far as possible is. You have to watch the racing to find out the results. So that's that for the next race for them after that would be July 16th at Road America. Watch on eastnascar.com. We'll talk about that next week. Let's look ahead to the next one for the Coca-Cola Racing Series, which is in New Hampshire. They've already had one race in New Hampshire already. They also had a race yesterday and at All Club. Let's take a look at the results from that. Well, let's see here. Let's take a look at that and see here. Well, now it says June 30th. I think it was the other one, the Heat Pro League. It glitched. The previous one was in Indianapolis. And the next one is in New Hampshire, so June 1st and June 14th. Okay. Let me break down who I think is going to win. That my driver to win for iRacing Series, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with Nick Otterlinger. My driver to stay away from, I'm gonna say, stay away from Jake Nichols. My dark horse, I'm gonna go ahead and say Bobby Zelansky for that race. That's for the race on July 14th on Tuesday. Let me know in the comment section below who you think is gonna win and who you got in your predictions for the eNASCAR, for both eNASCAR series as well. I think that we're gonna see the top three the top three in the standings finished 1, 2, 3 in the race. Let's see here. Is there anything else I can think of? Talk about that is it. That's all I can think of to talk about for today's Rush Hour Renegade. Tomorrow we'll have one more for the week, and then we'll be back on Monday, July 13th for another episode of Rush Hour Renegade Live. So we had some technical issues earlier. We got that fixed. Thank goodness. I was broadcasting, but then the broadcast dropped for some reason. So that'll do it for me. Until next time, this has been YouTuber sign off. Until next time, keep on YouTube, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow for more coverage, and also join me for MLB The Show 20 today as well for a doubleheader. But until the next Rush Hour Renegade, which is tomorrow, keep on YouTube, everybody, and we'll see y'all in the next video.